Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks, 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hopsui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your ideal life starts today. With Smart Postpaid, get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks, 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your ideal life starts today with Smart Postpaid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the day 6 of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association. This is Javi Palanya joined by Aaron D. We have Chiang-Kai-shek Big Chill going up against Westminster at 7 o'clock p.m. for our first game. And later on at 8:30 p.m. we have St. Stephen's going up against Chongse Academy. These are our games today for our Friday doubleheader. So Chiang-Kai-shek looking for their second victory here in this tournament, while Westminster wala pang panalo dito sa ating torneo in the early stages of this game. We are here at the Tanduay Gym. Once again, Javi Palanya joined by Aaron D. Aaron, good evening, and what are your thoughts for these two teams that are going to be playing for our first game?
Yeah, first and foremost, a good evening to you, Javi, and welcome to all the fans watching here at the Fil-Chi Association 40 and up division natin. It's going to be a good one. To start it off with our first one, the Chiang-Kai-shek Big Chill coming off a victory. Meanwhile, Westminster coming off a big blowout loss in their last one. So they're going to be looking to bounce back against this Chiang-Kai-shek team.
Yeah, correct. Actually, they've lost both of their games by a large margin, 27 points against SPAS Metro Asia and 63 points in their last game against St. Stephen's. All right, let's get the show on the road. Magsisimula na po Chiang-Kai-shek Big Chill versus Westminster for the first game of Day 6 of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association.
We are live in Tanduay Gymnasium. This is the Fil-Chi Athletic Association 40 above basketball tournament between Chiang Kai-shek Big School and Westminster High School. Introducing the starting lineup for Chiang Kai-shek College. Starting at point guard number 6, Michael C. Leon. Starting at 2 guard number 8, GK Sevilla. Starting at forward number 1, James Teal. At the other forward position number 7, Bobby Cordovez. And starting at center number 42, Big Boy Lee. And now the starting lineup for Westminster High School. Starting at point guard number 8, Harton Chua. Starting at 2 guard number 5, Joel Yap. Starting at forward number 1, Polo Hokson. At the other forward position number 18, Romel Eliave. And starting at center number 45, Warley Naval. And coach is Coach Alexander Tan.
Our starting five of this game brought to you by Smart Sports, James Chu, Michael C. Young, Bobby Cordovez, Boss GK, Gary Keith Sevilla, Lester Lee starting for Chiang Kai-shek. On the other hand, Westminster beginning things with John Paul Ocson, Joel Yap, Horton Chua, Romel Lallave, and Wilfredo Naval Jr. Once again, good evening to everybody watching on Smart Sports and on the FCAA Basketball Tournament Facebook page. We are at the Tanduay Gym for your Friday doubleheader. Javi Palanya joined by Aaron D, and the opening tip will go to Chiang Kai-shek.
And it's interesting to see, Javi, two of the players that had exceptional games in their last ones in Christian Lee for Chiang Kai, and on the other end for Chua, not starting off the game for both of the teams.
Coach is trying to use different strategies to begin this game. Nasabi na nga natin at the top of our coverage. Westminster still without a victory in this tournament, 0-2, and they've lost both their games by a huge margin. They get the first basket of this game, 2-0. Lee inside, drop step, the spin. Couldn't get it up close. It will stay with the white shirts.
And you did mention Westminster losing both of their games in this tournament. Paulo Hoxon, the team captain, did mention that they are undermanned in this tournament and undersized as well.
Cordovez gets Chiang Kai-shek on the board. Kapang isang minuto nakakalipas dito sa ating unang yugto. White shirt sticking with that zone here. Chua calls out the play. I saw Westminster really try to run their plays during warm-ups to try and see how they can get organized here, especially in their quest for their first victory. That's a big basket. Open look para kay Harton Chua.
And good cut by Chua, going to that baseline and finding the opening on that zone in the corner.
Chiang Kai-shek into their front court. Lee to the other side. Drive to the lane, that's no good. Chua gets the board. Forward he goes. Hoxon receives the basketball. He's fouled before the shot. That's going to be a baseline throw-in para dito sa Westminster.
And that's what you want to see Westminster do. Paulo Hoxon, the team captain, did mention that they are undersized, but they could have a speed advantage against the bigger Chiang Kai-shek team.
And there's a foul against Chiang Kai-shek. That's going to go against James Chu. First personal foul laban sa kanya. 15 on the shot clock here for the guys in red. Yap, nagtitimon dito. Hoxon on the left side. Quickly back to Yap. He goes for the three-point shot. Back irons that one. Boss GK pulls it down. Sevilla gets a screen from Lee. Boss GK, ito kondisyon na kondisyon pa to. Laging naglalaro to eh.
Kitang-kita mo naman sa katawan niya, Javi. Si Boss GK, just the way he maneuvered through the defense right there and drawing the foul.
He obviously has the greater advantage against his peers here, and if he wants to, he can go off for maybe 30, 40 points a game. Two spins, kick out to Lee, one dribble pull up, that's all net para kay Lee.
And The big boy Lee showing us he's got the touch from the mid-range area, swishing that jumper home.
Lester Lee only averaging a point per game in the early goings of this tournament, with his first basket in this game, already surpassing that average. Hokson, top of the circle, doesn't settle for the outside shot. No looks inside. Di nasalo ni Harton Chua yung pasa.
Good intention by Hokson, finding Chua underneath, just couldn't corral that pass.
Tied at 4 apiece. I expect both teams to really rely on their half-court sets. See Lee Young goes to Chu on the right side. Step back, no? That's a pass. Sevilla gathers it. Napalakas ang reverse. Battle for the loose ball. Ends up with Westminster. That's a dangerous pass. Hokson trying to chase it down, and he runs out of space.
And once again, we see Westminster trying to push up the tempo after that rebound. But that pass just a little bit too strong for Hokson.
Early substitution for Chiang Kai-shek. Yi checks in. Sevilla left open. No good on the shot. Tumatakbo muli dito ang mga nakapula. Hokson, a little head and shoulder fake, pulls up for the shot. That rims out. Sevilla had that ball tapped out of bounds. That's going to go the way of Chiang Kai-shek.
Hokson getting a good clean look on that pull-up pop, just couldn't make it.
Quick shot by Yi, wala. Chiang Kai-shek has had trouble with those jump shots early here in this game. Both teams with 2 field goals so far, 4 apiece. Wala pang pumupunta sa linya. Hokson, mid-range jumper. This time he cans it. 6-4 here, and we look at this last play. Harton Chua going to the corner. They go. Westminster has Hokson knocking down that jumper with a little defense draped all over him. That's going to be Westminster taking the lead here, 6-4.
Sa araw-araw na hustle, marami kang may encounter na hassle. Hinga muna. Kasama ang Embassy Whiskey na smooth ang hagod as you unwind from a long day grind. Chill muna tayo with Embassy Whiskey.
Nagbabalik ang inyong Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. This is day 6. First game of your Friday doubleheader here inside the Tanduay Gym in the heart of Manila City. Chiang Kai-shek going up against Westminster para sa ating unang laro. Javi Palanya still joined by Aaron D. 6-4, almost 4 minutes gone by here in the opening frame. See Lee Young left wide open. It's nothing but bottom on that shot.
And that's what you're going to expect from this Chiang Kai-shek team, finding open jumpers just like that, and see Lee Young draining it.
Hokson scored the basket earlier before the timeout. Chua back to Hokson. Inside they go. Yu couldn't make the basket. Semi-transition here for Chiang Kai-shek. Yu able to receive emergency pass out to the wrong guy. No numbers for Westminster, but Hokson still bravely attacking, and he gets the foul against Chiang Kai-shek.
And just that quick hesitation move by Hokson, freezing the defender for just a second, getting an opening right to the rim and getting fouled.
John Paul Hokson averaging 8 points per game so far, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. We like to think tough mama. Nobody's tough like mama.
And really liking the start from Hokson in this opening period, trying to find his shot early.
1 out of 2 on that trip to the line gives his squad a solitary point lead. Stephen Chu will check in para sa Chiang Kai-shek. Like to take Spalding, the official ball of the FCAAI. Sevilla inside, banks that shot.
And this time Sevilla coming from the baseline, penetrating and finding the opening, banking it off the glass for two.
Lamang na dito ng isa ang Chiang Kai-shek. Oxon on the left side. The flash in the middle. And that's the score inside by Irvin Watan.
Clearly you could see Watan knew where to go on that play, flashing right in the middle at the right time and getting the score.
Chu swings it to Lee. Attacks middle. Back to James. Chu from the outside. That shot is long. Chua with the board. Yap. Nabitawan ng bola. Lee has Chu on the left side. James Chu will finish.
And this time it's Chiang Kai-shek getting a steal and an easy bucket in transition.
10-9. Lamang ng isa Chiang Kai-shek. Maganda naging palitan natin ng parehong kupunan. Hoxon couldn't hit from the baseline. Chiang Kai-shek's turn to run. Nakababa agad ang depensa ng Westminster. Chu rattles home a three-point shot.
And that's just too open for Chu right in the corner. You gotta put a hand or something up in his face.
Four-point lead for Chiang Kai-shek. Oxon to the middle. Watan had that ball poked from behind, and Lee able to force a turnover against Edwin Watan in Westminster. This is our pause and play power play. Boss GK Sevilla banking home that shot. Former St. Benil Blazer and a prominent player for the Senate Defenders in the UNTV Cup. Chu, sinusubukan ng depensa ni Watan, and he gets the better of the matchup on that occasion. 2 shots ang ibibigay dito kay Chu.
That's the first time in this game that you saw the Chiang Kai-shek squad really try to pound it on the interior and use their size against this Westminster squad. Want to see a lot more from that.
Well, nasabi mo na nga na undermanned itong Westminster, and Chiang Kai-shek looks like they have a lot of weapons on the roster. Also, the manpower for it. I think 19 silang nakaupo ngayon sa laro na to. So many guys to field in at different stages of the ball game. Dangerous pass. Harton Chua has it on the left side. That's definitely a travel. Put his foot down first before the dribble. And we're going to have our second timeout of the game. Chiang Kai-shek up by 4 points.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Westminster down by 4 points here against Chiang Kai-shek, 13-9. 3 minutes and change remaining here in the first quarter. First game of our Friday doubleheader dito sa Tanduay Gym. Ito Chiang Kai-shek looking to go up 2-1 in our team standings, while the guys in red are looking for their first victory of the season. Lee cans it from the outside, extending Chiang Kai-shek's lead now to a 3-possession ball game.
Outside shot starting to fall for Chiang Kai-shek.
Westminster, how can they respond to this rally? And that's not going to help their cause at all. That's, I think, the 3rd straight turnover already for the guys in red. Our Hungry Paris 3-point shot of the game. The first conversion from the outside galing sa Chiang Kai-shek.
And Westminster did mention in their pregame that one of their struggles is on communication. So they're going to have to communicate against this well-balanced Chiang Kai-shek offense.
Chu gets a nice pass from Lee.
And just right there, Chu finding an opening. How do you miss that big of a player on the interior?
A quick passing here by Westminster. Sabi mo ba, communication ang problema nila? Not that time, that possession looked really crisp para dito sa Westminster. Lee sees no one in front of him, in and out of the jumper. Susubukan ulit dito tumakbo ng mga nakapula. Ang try to step into that jumper. The double team arrives. Oxon has been their main man so far. Shot from the outside, that's long. The tap goes to the wrong guy. Lee behind the back. Kaso nakuha ni Hoxon. A minute and 30 remaining in the first quarter. Medyo nabitin dun sa layup si Chua. Lee, elbow jumper. This time he makes it. Nice looking jumper from the right side. Galing dito kay Lee.
Christian Lee leading his team in their last one. 31 big points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Incredible stat line there. And he looks like he's the leading scorer so far in this tournament para sa Chiang Kai-shek. 21.5 points per game para kay Christian Lee.
Those are actually the first 2 points of Christian Lee in this game.
Nakapuntos doon ang Westminster. Chua able to get a short jumper to drop. That's a pass that was too long para sa Chiang Kai-shek.
Just a bit of a rush on the part of Chiang Kai-shek. Didn't need to try and force it to the corner on that possession.
Well, there's an opportunity for a 2-for-1 here para sa Westminster if they do recognize it. And they're gonna try to run their offense. Oxon to the middle. Di napunta kay Chua yung bola. Instead, it goes to Ang. Gets that mid-range J to drop.
And Ang, a bit of hesitation. Looked like he wanted to pass it, but he saw an opening and he puts in the jumper.
About a 4 to 5 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Lee, he really loves that mid-range J. Gets it back again. Looking for someone to pass to. Gan. Goes to the right side. Gets it back. Three-pointer on the way. Mintis. Wow, offensive rebound for Chiang Kai-shek. Lee got stripped. How? Couldn't get the putback to go. And that's gonna do it. Our first quarter now in the books. Westminster actually had a good start to this game, Aaron. Arton Chua knocking down some shots, but then Chiang Kai-shek started getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, we take a look at the highlights from that opening period. A bunch of mid-range jumpers going in for Chiang Kai-shek, and then this time, Westminster answering back with that passing on the interior to try and attack that zone, but Boss GK with the penetration and the score. Getting inside and banking it off the glass for the deuce.
Yeah, multiple players really contributing here for Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill. They're up by 5 at the end of one, 20-15.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Nagbabalik ang Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament here at the Tanduay Gym in Manila City. This is Javi Palanya alongside Aaron D. And in the first quarter, Chiang Kai-shek ending that opening period up by 5 points, bucking the slow start and getting over the hump against Westminster's strong start. Leading scorers in this game, James Chu has 5, Alvin Chua leading the guys in red with 4 points. But Yap able to contribute there para sa Westminster, chopping the lead down to 3.
And Westminster only being down by 3 points at the start of the second quarter. This is just where they want to be because in their last game, just like we mentioned nga, it was a big blowout loss, 46 to 109.
Another on pace to actually surpass that total. Hopefully they do. But they're looking much more better right now. Second free throw drops there para kay Hao. 4-point lead for Chiang Kai-shek. Cabral manning the point guard spot here against Han. Trying to maneuver his way inside the defense. Limon looking for someone to pass to. Gets it back to Cabral. Shot clock winding down. Cabral gets fouled. Bailout call there para sa mga nakapula.
And was just about to say a bit too much dribbling from Cabral and the guards of Westminster. But at the end of that possession, with about less than a second remaining, the Chiang Kai-shek squad just bailing out Cabral with that foul.
Cabral missing on the first free throw. Splits his charities there.
And Cabral in their last game, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 out of 9 from the field for the guard of Westminster.
But it looks like he's so much capable of more things. He looks to be much more active than the others. And I expect him to try and make an even more significant impact sa laro na to. Howe sets the screen. Cole inside, trying to go for that left-hand finish. He's fouled. A lot of fouls given up here at the start of the second quarter. Not even 2 minutes into this. Westminster already with 3 team fouls.
And the Westminster players did mention one of the players to watch and to guard from the Chiang Kai-shek side. Itong si Sean Ko, number 16, shooting free throws right now. They mentioned that they're going to try to control his perimeter scoring and penetration in this game.
Sean Ko, aside from si Lee kanina, ito si Sean Ko, averaging 24.5 points per game. So, ganun kalakas ang Chiang Kai-shek. They have 2 guys averaging more than 20 points per game. And here he is, Ko, trying to go against Hokson, puts it up. Got clipped there. A lot of body contact against Hokson.
And once again, Sean Ko realizing he had the advantage over Hokson, puts his head down, goes straight to the cup, and referees had no choice but to blow their whistle on that foul.
First free throw rims out. Free throw story in this game. 2 out of 4 for Westminster. Chiang Kai is surprisingly 1 out of 4. Make that 1 out of 5 right now, but they still are able to maintain this 5-point advantage. Hirap makatira dito ang Westminster.
And that was a struggle for Chiang Kai-shek in their last game. Only 19 out of 37 from the free throw line.
That's a lot of shots. But considering they only lost by 2 points, had they lost that game, I'm sure matagal ang maging free throw practice nila going into this game. Gan try to see an opening there to Howe. There's an offensive foul. That's going to go the way of Westminster.
And once again, another stop for Westminster, being only down by 2 points in the second quarter. Liking the effort, liking the execution from their players.
Judging the way that they played in their past 2 games, the way that they lost, did you expect Westminster to even keep in step with Chiang Kai-shek?
Well, that's not something people did expect, being the last place team in our tournament at number 11, only being down by 2 points. And this Chiang Kai-shek team, they're complete today.
Hokson fires away, no good on the shot. Lee could not handle the rock. Reset here para sa mga nakapula. That's a finger roll inside. Richmond U able to get the deuce para sa Westminster. We're all tied up here. 23 apiece. Look at this last play. That's our assist of the game. Brought to you by Genius Hardware Inc. Tabla na tayo dito. 23 para sa parehong kupunan. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
Nagbabalik ang inyong Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. CKSC Big Chill and Westminster. Di po kayo nagmamalik mata. Tabla po tayo at 23 all.
Finally, a chance for Westminster to finally get another stop dito.
We'd like to thank MEC, empowering people through technology. Westminster forces a stop. Hokson, no, just could not finish on that lefty. Lee, forward to Lee. Ko gets that jumper to drop. Nice transition play there para sa CKSC.
And the pull-up pop from Ko showing us he's got the touch as well. From mid-range, 24 points per game coming from Sean Ko.
So the guys in white back in the driver's seat. Not for long, says Limon, although he misses on that shot. Now CKSC with a chance to extend once again. Lee sees GK Sevilla short on the step back jumper. Ito si GK Sevilla was once a high-scoring guard for the Blazers back in the day. That was the early 2000s, mga bandang 2006, 2007. Alam ko mga kasabayan niya si Paolo Orbeta eh.
And a lot of experience on the part of CKSC.
Well, definitely a lot of these guys former varsity players as well during their high school days. I'm sure ito si Shanko was one of them, just bamboozling his way through numerous defenders there. That's our pause and play, power play of the match.
And once again, it's Sean Ko just riding that body contact, getting right to the cup and scoring once again. What can you do to stop this guy?
But they still are not able to knock down those three-point shots. Those free throw shots, rather. That's a drive inside. Yap gets fouled. Both teams already above the limit, so that's going to be 2 shots.
And good job para kay Yap, forcing his way on the inside, putting pressure on the defenders of this CKSC squad and drawing that foul.
I'm sorry, no. Wala pa pala sa penalty ang CKSC. At Westminster lang pala. Ko ahead of the back. That's an easy finish.
Perfect pass coming from the guard and finding Sean Ko for the open layup.
Well, regrouping right now itong CKSC, just the way that they wanted to respond against the run that was issued by Westminster. But Limon says, okay, it's our time to answer.
And a good answer back by Limon, banking it off the glass and stopping the bleeding for just a second para sa Westminster.
But they leave Ong wide open on the left side. Thankfully, he misses. Hokson trying to increase his total in this game. He has 6, but he misses on that 3. Sean Ko, 1-2 step and the finish in traffic through the contact. 2+1 special coming up para kay Sean Ko. This is our BYD fast break of the game. Got hit, but it was no problem. There was no issue para kay Sean Ko, who now has 10 points in this game and an opportunity for 11.
And already double digits para kay Sean Ko. Really just getting anything he wants in this game, especially when he drives right at the cup.
Mukhang wala talaga makapigil sa kanya so far dito. Mula sa defense ng Westminster. Balik sa 7 ang kalamangan. Hokson. Try to no-look a pass to the left side, but it's off the foot of one Chiang Kai-shek player. So that's going to stay with the guys in red. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Past the halfway point of quarter number 2. That's no good on the short-range jumper. Sean Ko pulls up, off the glass and in.
And one layup to mid-range jumpers, backing it off the glass. You name it, Sean Ko's got it.
He is just a thing of beauty out there on the floor. Just a joy to watch. And his energy rubbing off on his other teammates here. But Sean Ko looking to get 3 more.
You can see his teammates, they're really looking for Sean Ko. He's feeling it in the second quarter.
12 na ang lamang dito ng Chiang Kai-shek. Will this be the time that Westminster goes down big? But sabi ni Hokson, hindi pa.
Big shot coming from Hokson to cut it down. Back to a single-point game.
37-28, assist story, +4 in that department. Sean Ko once again set up by the defense, gets bumped, shot is good, off the bank and in. 7:11 PM na, Aaron, pero bukas pa rin ang bangko para kay Sean.
Just look at Sean Ko. He saw them playing him high with the IQ, cutting back door and banking it off the glass for the deuce. Hokson can't believe it. But Sean Ko is making everything.
Sean Ko, mukhang hindi na surprise sa kanya itong ginagawa niya. It looks like this is something that he has been doing for years now. And he's happy to be helping his team to this 12-point lead against Westminster. Bumalik na dito si Chua, gets a shot there against Ong. That's going to be 2 free throws. There's a timeout on the floor. 12 ang abante dito ng Chiang Kai-shek.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
Tanduay Gym ang venue ng ating Day 6 doubleheader dito sa Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. Boss GK Sevilla and Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill. Lamang ng 12 dito laban sa Westminster.
And still just a 12-point ball game para dito sa Chiang Kai-shek.
We'd like to thank Cantigo, elevate the game with Cantigo Sport. Alvin Chua making 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe. They get it back. Ilalabas muna dito ang bola. Floater from the baseline just before the shot clock expires there para kay Naval.
Good job para kay Naval. Not settling for the outside shot, attacking the closeout. And getting the foul drawn, heading to the line for 2 free throws.
Wilfredo Naval Jr. only averaging a point per contest so far in the early goings of this tournament. He's able to match that. Sean Ko finally misses, kind of like a heat check right there for the former guard out of Mapua University. Hokson, the bounce pass. That's nice ball movement right there para sa Westminster, ending with a Naval basket.
Excellent, unselfish basketball coming from the Westminster boys, finding the open look on the interior.
8 ang kalamangan dito ng Chiang Kai-shek, and there's a foul, not a good one, against Harton Shua because that will send James Stew to the free throw line. Take a look at that genius Hardware Inc. assist of the game. Nice ball movement once again galing sa Westminster.
And just like that, Westminster only being down by 8 points, but Chu extending it back to 9.
The lead was as high as 12 para sa mga nakaputi dito. James Chu knocking down that second free throw to make it a double-digit spread once again. 2 minuto. Halos ang natitira dito sa ating first half. Almost a steal by Sevilla. One of the top scorers of Chiang Kai-shek will check back in for the top scorer, Sean Ko. Well-deserved rest para sa kanya. Harton Chua on the right side. Sevilla couldn't tap it from behind. Floater. The runner is no good. Absolutely no need to rush. Lee will attack. Gives it up. Christian Lee, second serving. This time, he's fouled.
And Christian Lee just staying at it, missing the first shot, getting it back, and then getting fouled. The leading scorer of their last game with 31 points. Looking to make it even bigger in today's game.
Sarap maglaro sa team na may ganyang klaseng mga personalidad. When you have 2 scorers who can alternate with each other, as you see, Commissioner Jonel Baculi and of course, Technical Head Rafi Britannico in attendance dito sa Tanduay Gym para sa ating Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. It's day 6. And so far, we've seen some exciting games, some exciting personalities on the floor. Nakita natin si James Yap saka si Ken Bono naglaro para sa kanilang high school alma mater.
That was a crazy game, no, Javi? Seeing both of those players in one team.
That was a strong team. At mamaya makikita rin natin isang naging sikat rin na player nung college days niya. The one and only Christian Luanzon for St. Stephen High School.
So a lot of quality in this Fil-Chi Association League natin, Javi.
Sevilla with a slow 1-2 step on the left side. Obviously trying to bait for a foul.
And Boss GK once again, he loves those drives right to the cup. Finding that opening, getting skinny between the two. And drawing the foul.
1.8 million followers on Facebook alone.
Crazy. Pero kita mo kanina parang simpleng tao lang si Boss GK, no?
Oh,
Kita mo, humble.
Kaya siya talagang sumikat kasi he's very relatable rin. Although nakakatawa rin talaga yung mga vlogs niya. I vibe with it, actually.
Kanina nga, Javi, na-feature ako dun sa,
talaga?
sa vlog ni
Solid,
Boss GK.
Plus 1,000 followers na eh.
Mamaya, no? Makikita natin yan.
Harton Chua getting clipped there, and he's gonna go to the line for 2 shots. Mukhang natamaan siya ng bahagya. This is the biggest lead that Westminster has seen so far in this game, 14 points. But Harton Chua has a chance to drop it down to just 12 again. Kaya lang, mintis ang unang free throw.
Harton Chua in this game, 2 points and 2 rebounds. But really has been doing a good job of putting pressure on the Chiang Kai-shek defenders, missing those 2 free throws though.
Yeah, free throws will be very important, especially if you're trying to get back into a game. Under a minute to play here. James Chu trying to drive against Yap. Nice defense. Jumper is no good, but the putback, wala rin. Sevilla, third serving for Chiang Kai-shek.
And once again, Westminster forgetting the box out. on that possession. Numerous tries on that one, and then they get the deuce.
16 na ang inahabol dito ng Westminster. Oxon has not really been able to score a lot here in the second quarter. GK Sevilla now with the rock. Sevilla drops it off. That's a strong bump. That's going to be an offensive foul laban sa kanya. Trying to barrel into Joel Yap.
And Tew right in front of the referee. Kind of lowered his shoulder just a little bit too much right there, resulting in that offensive foul.
Last shot time, possibly, para dito sa Westminster. At least a way for them to end this quarter on a high note. Hoxon, the drop off, Joel Yap, reverse. Napalakas ang Pectus. May chance pa dito. Nope. CKSC will not capitalize on that opportunity. And that's going to do it for our first half. The first 20 minutes in the books here between these two squads. Check out the highlights here. Aaron, these two teams got out to a strong start in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, it was a tale of two halves of that period.
And Sean Ko really coming to life in that second quarter. Taking a look at him, hitting 3-pointers, hitting 2-pointers, getting end one layups, you name it, he's got it. Sean Ko really led the run for this Chiang Kai-shek squad and putting their team up by a big margin at the end of our half.
Sean Ko, 19 points already in this game. 16 points ang inahabol dito ng Westminster, 48-32.
Your ideal life starts today with Smart Postpaid. Get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools Network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
Hinasa ang kakayahan sa mundo na kinasanayan.
Cut! Walang impact!
Hinatak ang galing sa spotlight na sa'yo lang.
Again!
Huwag pa pipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Cut! Kulang pa eh.
Pilit na lagpasan, galing na pinaghirapan.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! You've always had it. Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
The night opens up to those who open up to it. The spontaneous, the curious, the unexpected. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
Powerhouse Tools, established in 2009 by Hop-Sui Hardware Company Incorporated, is a trusted provider of high-quality tools and equipment for professionals and enthusiasts alike. With a diverse product catalog, Powerhouse Tools is committed to delivering reliability, durability, and performance at competitive prices.
Your ideal life starts today. With Smart Postpaid, get more data and only 5G. And more entertainment with Netflix on Us. And a new Max Mobile subscription included. Starting at $9.99. Subscribe now.
After being down by only 5 points at the end of the first quarter, Westminster now standing at a 16-point lead against Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill. Your numbers at the halftime period. Aaron, please break this down for us.
Yeah, we take a look at Chiang Kai-shek shooting at 50% in that first half versus the 40% of Westminster. Meanwhile, sa free throws naman, both of these teams still struggling. Only 64 for Chiang Kai-shek and 40% for Westminster. But Chiang Kai-shek really imposing their might on the interior. 26 rebounds versus the 16 of Westminster. And look at the fast break points, Javi. 16-0. I expected Westminster to try and push the pace, especially that they were the smaller team, but they're not taking advantage of that department in this game. Sa assist naman, 6 more para sa Chiang Kai-shek, 18-12.
Yeah, there was actually a conscious effort for Westminster. We noticed it during the first quarter, especially to try and push the basketball. Kaya lang, itong Chiang Kai-shek, as soon as they got into a rhythm, especially in that second quarter, talagang sila naman ang namuno dun sa fast break opportunities nila, especially led by a guy like Shanko. Christian Lee didn't even have to score a lot anymore para sa kanila. As you look at the leading scores for both squads, Shanko leading everybody with 19 points. On the other side, John Paul Hokson leading Westminster with 9 points. Para dito sa Westminster, I think it has to be a more concerned team effort para sa kanila to get back into the game.
Definitely going to need to be a team effort, especially against players like Sean Ko, Chu, and Christian Lee had 31 points in their last one. Only 4, but look at the lead. They're up by 16 points right now. If Lee could get hot in this second half, it's going to spell trouble for Westminster.
Imagine Westminster lost their first game by 27 points. Lost their last game by a whopping 63 points against St. Stephen's STAG. That's a big margin to lose by, especially in a tournament like this. You don't want to lose that way again here, especially against Chiang Kai-shek. They're down by 16 points, 48-32. Magbabalik kami.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Education is fast evolving. Are we prepared to guide the next generation? For 28 years, Senko has been at the forefront of technology. As pioneers, we've empowered schools, teachers, and students with Apple. Trusted by over 100 schools, empowering thousands of students and teachers. Through the Senko Schools Network, we bring together educators, schools, and cutting-edge technology to create innovative learning experiences and shape the future of education. Be part of our Senko Schools network. Together, we create meaningful learning environments with Apple.
The Tanduay Gym is the venue for Day 6 of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. Welcome to the first game of our Friday triple header. Javi Palanya is still joined by Aaron D. Chiang Kai-shek up by 16 points against Westminster. And it looks like Chiang Kai-shek, by the way that they've been playing so far in this game, especially with Tan opening up the scoring festivities with a three-point shot, that they are on poise to get their third victory, their second straight of the tournament.
I was just about to say, Javi, still a lot of time for Westminster to try and pick it up in the second half, but they started off with a three-pointer para sa Chiang Kai-shek.
Joel Yap trying to change their fortunes with that shot, kaya lang mintis rin yun. Tumatakbo dito ang Chiang Kai-shek. Sean Ko, dipsy doom, mukhang natamaan pa nga ng konti.
And here comes the attack from Sean Ko and Chiang Kai-shek trying to put the hammer down immediately as the second half starts.
They want to finish things right away. 21 points already in the game for Chiang Kai-shek. How long will they keep their top scorer in this one? That's a wild shot, a little bit out of control. There was Andre Limon. Looks like there's going to be a foul on the loose ball. This is our Hungry Paris three-point shot of the game. Chiang Kai-shek already with 5 threes in this game. They're 5 out of 9 from downtown sa laro na to. There's gonna be a timeout on the floor. Halos wala pang 2 minuto nakakalipas dito sa ating laro. Westminster 0-2 so far in the season of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament, going up against the 1-1 Chiang Kai-shek. I'd like to thank Tough Mama. Nobody's tough like Mama. Guys in red trying to chip away at this already huge advantage of the Chiang Kai-shek squad. Limon, right corner pocket 3. Rolls out, may tulak doon. Laban kay Boss GK.
That was a good find though, coming from Hokson, driving right inside and then passing it right to the corner for the open three-pointer. Just couldn't get it to fall, but a good set para sa Westminster.
Baseline throw-in, Hokson will trigger it in. Limon receives. Ignacio hands it off to Yap. Tan right there with him. Short jumper, Chua gets it to go.
And finally, the open look falling para sa Westminster. Good job for the guard attracting the defense and dumping it right off.
With Chua, 7 points, pero mabilis naman ang naging sagot ni Tan. Did not play at all in the first half, and now early in this third quarter, we just are now approaching the 8-minute mark. Already 2 threes in this game. Ignacio gets it to go, but Westminster cannot afford to just trade baskets here with Chiang Kai-shek. Nakakuha sila ng steal dito. Hokson, no look sa pass, binalik pa ni Limon. He was already near the basket. Joel Yap, one-legged jumper is no good. Yan, head and shoulder fake, lost it. Sevilla. Nice spin off the glass, rolls off the rim.
And was just about to say, Javi, that would have been the first fast break points of Westminster in this ball game, but just pass it out last minute.
Ako, tansya ko, kuya to si Boss GK. Parang wala sa hulog yung mga tira eh. Tan, forward. Shanko, shifting hands from right to left.
And once again, the answer back para sa Chiang Kai-shek. It's just too easy for them right now.
23 puntos na for number 16, Sanko. Spalding is the official basketball of the Fil-Chi Athletic Association, Inc. Andre Limon, this time he'll take it. That's off to the left. Sanko, walang pag-aalinlangan, makes the pass. Another three-point shot on the way. That's nothing but bottom. Galing dito kay Paul Ryan Tan. All 9 of his points, his first points this season in this game.
And Tan lighting it up from that corner, loving that left side of the court.
The answer underneath galing kay Alvin Chua. Westminster able to force a miss. Dumobo na dito ang kalamangan na hinahabol nila dito. Joel Liab trying to carve some space against Gan. Limon saves it, but Sanko is first to the basketball. This time they go inside. Bobby Cordovis able to get the 2 points plus an opportunity for one more. Ang dali ng buhay dito ni Sanko. Kung di man sa score, mamamasa na lang.
And that's what happens when you miss an open look on the opposite end. The Chiang Kai-shek squad and Sean Ko quick to take advantage of the error and getting an and one on the other end.
Cordoves airballs the shot. Medyo naubos lahat ng energy dun sa tira niya kanina.
Nonetheless, still a big lead right now, and Paul Ryan Tan has really been the catalyst in this third quarter with those 3 3-pointers.
And it's so demoralizing for a team like Westminster, who's been trying to really get back in this game. You saw that there was some determination on their faces to start the second half to try and chip away at the deficit. Kaya lang, sakit talaga pag tatlong sunod na tres ang makikita mong pumasok.
And all coming from the same spot. Paul Ryan
Correct.
Tan really just showing his touch.
But we haven't seen that touch coming from Boss GK here in the second half. He was able to get the basket in the first quarter, but that's it. And this the hero of Chiang Kai-shek here in the third quarter, getting a steal here. Hindi niya pipilitin. He hands it off to their main man, Sean Ko. Tan was cutting. Instead, Sean Ko hooks a pass to Yui. GK Sevilla joining in on the 3-point shooting party.
And ayan na, Boss GK, hearing you, Javi, making that 3-pointer.
Minsan talaga, feeling ko pag nagkikriticize ako ng player on air, feeling ko naririnig talaga nila eh. Kasi sumusunod dyan, pasok na tira eh. Oxon, back outside. Baidid, could not score. Sean Ko was ahead. Paul Ryan Tan finally sees him. Sean Ko steps back out behind the arc. 3-pointer, nothing but bottom para kay Sean Ko.
Sean Ko not wanting the 2-pointer. Took a short step back and got the 3.
26 points, and this lead has ballooned to 31 for Chiang Kai-shek. Will Westminster let the same fate happen in this game, just like what happened in their last game? Sevilla tumatakbo dito. Nobody stopping the basketball, and that's another basket in transition for Chiang Kai-shek. There's going to be a timeout for the guys in red. Sean Ko, Paul Ryan Tan, Boss GK Sevilla. Those 3 guys at the forefront of the offensive for Chiang Kai-shek here in the third quarter.
Open up to new adventures with Tanduay flavored mixes. Try in a citrusy sweet blend or a strong ginger flavored smoothness. Open up to your new best memories with Tanduay flavored mixes. Drink responsibly.
.33 points is the margin right here Chiang Kai-shek up by that big against Westminster.
And Chiang Kai-shek, they've been having fun in this quarter. A lot of their players starting to score. Paul Ryan Tan getting those 3-pointers. Boss GK getting in on the party. But it has not been a fun third quarter for the Westminster boys.
Not at all. They were able to get some baskets to go. Kaya lang yung sagot ng Chiang Kai-shek, masasakit na tres galing kay Paul Ryan Tan. Those three guys that you mentioned, Sanko, Boss GK, and Paul Ryan Tan, sinabout na dito ng Chiang Kai-shek, giving chance to the other players for their squad to see action here. Lalo na, malaki na ang kalamangan dito.
Meanwhile, Tan getting the up fake and then the drive right to the rim.
Dennis Ang couldn't score from the line. Pascual. They'll give it up to Gan. He'll set up the offense para dito sa Chiang Kai-shek. Christian Lee. Wala pa masyadong puntos dito sa laro na to. Chan. That was way off the mark. Hoxon, stop and pop. Three-pointer is good.
And Hoxon, clearly you could see that's his shot. Pulling up right in the face of the defense and sinking it.
Paul Hoxon now with 12 points in this game. Gan leaning in. There's no basket. Westminster with a chance to get back-to-back baskets. 73-45. Malaki pa rin naman ang hinahabol nila dito. Pero, you know, I've seen stranger things happen. There's still a lot of time to go in this game. 2 minutes and 26 here in the third quarter. It's still a full period to go. So, if somehow a miracle happens here for Westminster, it's certainly still possible for them. Not gonna count them out just yet. Baidid for 3. That one's short. Lee to Pascual. No need to rush para dito sa Chiang Kai-shek. Chan from downtown. Yes, sir.
And the three-point party starting for Chiang Kai-shek. This time, Chan making it from the same corner of Paul Ryan Tan. Looks like Chiang Kai-shek really loving that right side.
9 3-point shots in the game for Chiang Kai-shek College. Their defense has been very active as well. Lots of guys really trying to anticipate where that rock is going. And baseline from the jumper, linawa pa.
And the open looks just not falling right now for Westminster. It's been a struggle for them in this third.
Lee gets the step on Naval. Chan. Hindi sumubok sa tres. Si Lee susubok mula sa elbow. That one's short. Christian Lee only with 4 points still in this game. Pascual missing everything on that shot.
Interesting to see Christian Lee still in the game despite the big dogs, as you would say, of Chiang Kai-shek. Out of this 5, looks like Chiang Kai-shek coach really trying to give Christian Lee a chance to get his rhythm after that 31-point game.
Totoo, and I think, yeah, I think they want him to get his averages still in this game. Siyempre, against the stronger squads, you want everybody very confident in what they can do. It's going to be a big boost for them if Christian Lee continues to stay on pace with this kind of offensive performances. And that's one of the ways you can get him going. Make him go to the free throw line.
There you go. Quick forward pass to find Christian Lee. Defense caught napping. This time he's heading to the line for some free throws. Christian Lee in this game, only 4 points and 4 rebounds. Not the performance we were expecting from him today.
Well, if Seanco will score 28 points in just 3 quarters, actually 2.5 quarters, there's really not much that Christian Lee has to do.
And still a lot of time though para kay Christian. Still more than a quarter left for him to get his points.
Babalik pa sa kanilang bola dito after this possession from Westminster. There's a foul against Chiang Kai-shek. That's going to be 2 free throws naman para sa kanila. They're already in the penalty. 33.2 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. You see that steal attempt by Did. Was not a clean swipe. It was a foul.
And looking at the 5 right now of Westminster, doesn't look like they have a natural center on the court. That's what they did mention pre-game, that they're really undersized. Kulang sila sa big men ang nabanggit nga.
Oh, pero mukhang yung mga guardian nila, mukhang lahat naman ay mga capable na mga players. It's just really the lack of big men. And of course, also, I think the lack of rotation para sa kanila. Nasabi mo nga kanina, they're undermanned compared to Chiang Kai-shek, who has 19 players for tonight's game. That's nice defense. They force a steal. Naval forward to Yap, and Yap will finish the fast break. 10 seconds left. Lee has a little trouble with that basketball. That's nice pressure defense. Still forces it up, and that's going to go the way of Westminster. 0.6 of a second remaining here at quarter number 3. Susubukan pa nila dito. Bitin ang kanyang tira doon. That was Chua trying to get a last second shot off para sa Westminster. Hot shooting for Chiang Kai-shek, led by that guy, Paul Ryan Tan. 3 3-pointers all in the third quarter.
Perfect from the field. Paul Ryan Tan leading the run for his team. It's been all Chiang Kai-shek in this third quarter. And look at that, even giving an assist to Sean Ko on that opposite corner. And then Sean Ko giving it back. And Paul Ryan Tan delivering the goods from deep.
Sean Ko, 28 points. Paul Ryan Tan, 9 points. Boss GK Sevilla, 11. All contributing to this 77 of Chiang Kai-shek Big-Chill.
Sa araw-araw na hustle, marami kang may encounter na hassle. Hinga muna. Kasama ang Embassy Whiskey, na smooth ang hagod as you unwind from a long day grind. Chill muna tayo with Embassy Whiskey.
Kulang pa eh.
Huwag papipigil kahit sarili ang kalaban.
Just take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Aged in oak barrels for that sweet caramel rum taste.
Great! Take your shot.
Tanduay Select. Drink responsibly.
Technology moves the world. And we move technology closer to you. MEC Networks. 30 years of technology distribution.
Westminster lost to Spas Metro Asia in their first game, lost to St. Stephen's in their second game. Will it be the same fate para sa kanila sa laro na to against Chiang Kai-shek? They're facing a big lead as they take a look at the quarter scoring on your screen. Chiang Kai-shek getting bigger and bigger as the game progresses.
Just looking at that third quarter, Javi, the biggest one for them with 29 points.
That's when the three-point party really started to grow para dito sa Chiang Kai-shek Big-Chill. Did not help at all that cause for Westminster. They had some shots early in that third quarter pero nakikipagpalitan lang sila. And eventually, those threes by Tan just really bringing down the morale. But you saw some breath of life para dito sa mga nakapula at the end of that third quarter. Can they carry that momentum coming into this final period? That we're gonna find out. Pero Chiang Kai-shek ang may tangan ng bola dito. How sees an opening, he'll go all the way. Nobody challenging him. The lack of rim protection really hurting Westminster.
That's been the story of the whole game para sa Westminster. Chiang Kai-shek getting those open looks on the interior and getting another easy score for them.
Joel Yap, no look inside. Daniel Baidid Jr. to Hart and Shua. Three-pointer. That's no good. GK Sevilla with rebound number 8. Almost a steal there para kay Joel Yap.
Westminster struggling as well. From three-point land, only 23%. 3 out of 13 from the field para sa kanila.
Samantalang yung Chiang Kai-shek talagang buena sila mula sa labas. 9 out of 17 from distance. 52% naman para sa kanila. Sevilla wanted it on the block. Wala yan. How gets it back. Lee puts the ball on the floor. He loves those one dribble pull-ups. The lean-in jumper will not work para sa kanila. Sevilla looking inside. Lee this time backing down his defender. Could not make the basket. And that's nice defense coming from Westminster, holding their ground there against the taller Chiang Kai-shek front line.
And really, nahihirapan itong Westminster in terms of getting that defensive rebound. Chiang Kai-shek getting numerous attempts once again.
They swing the ball around. Yap to Paul Hokson. Yap this time siya naman ang titira. Wala yan.
And that ball whipping around the perimeter, trying to find the open guy. They do with Yap, but they just can't drain it.
Sevilla missing from the outside. Joel Yap getting the rebound against the much taller Lee. Paul Hokson, ball fake. Bitin ang tira.
Everything but the shot para kay Hokson on that layup.
3-on-3 break. Lee against Lalyave. Wala pa rin. At Chiang Kai-shek, another possession. Lee making a three-point shot. That's his second of the game. A little bit of everything so far para kay Lee sa laro na to. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Incredible all-around stat line for Lee sa laro na to. Sevilla, offensive foul.
Boss GK can't believe it on that bump. But you love to see it. Boss GK trying to find his spots in that painted area and really trying to use his size as well.
So malamang pagkatapos ito, manonood ka na ng mga content niya, no?
Oo, Javi, mamaya hanapin ko sarili ko dun sa vlog niya mamaya eh.
Oo nga pala, nasagap ka nga pala kanina. Ano yun, habang nag-warm up sila?
Yeah, actually, dun sa pregame, malay mo Javi, mamaya baka masama ka din.
It would be an honor, honestly. Idol ko yan eh.
Mamaya, no, titingnan natin if Boss GK is gonna include Javi Palanya in his vlog.
It was not Boss GK who got the basket there, but Gan scoring there para sa Chiang Kai-shek. 84-49. Halos kalahati na ang score dito. Chua, short jumper, wala.
You could see they were giving Chua that shot. Open look para sa kanya, just couldn't drain it.
How? Binitbit ang bola, wala. Hokson to the right side. That's no good on the jumper. A miss there by Ignacio.
And Westminster, once again, Chiang Kai-shek already giving them the open looks. Just really can't drain them right now. Field goal percentage plummeting for the boys in red.
Yeah, actually kanina medyo decent pa eh. It was at around 40%. Ngayon, 33% na lang. Cabral only seeing action now for the first time since I think that was the second quarter. Mintis pa rin. That was another open look para sa Westminster. James Chu, nobody rotating to him. And Chua able to deflect the pass a bit. Lee goes up for the shot. Still couldn't get it. Natamaan konti. And he falls to the floor. Numbers here for the guys in red. Cabral will take the three. Could not make it.
And numbers in the favor of Westminster, but Cabral opting to take it from the outside.
Chu will not get continuation. Oxon will be called for that personal. Yi will come back in along with Shan. Labas muna si Hao. There you see James Chu. That basket will not count para sa kanya.
And James Chu with a good game as well. 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Stuffing the stat sheet.
Just like his business stuffs people's tummies. The very good owner of Jiangnan Hot Pot. Tama ba ako?
Tama, Javi.
Sana makakuha tayo ng GC mamaya.
Mamaya, nakabangan rin natin yan.
Boss GK Sevilla will take 2 free throws here.
And already a double-double para kay Boss GK. 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists.
We'd like to thank MEC, empowering people through technology. Played many years for the Senate Defenders. And I think he continues to do so. Kalaban niya naman doon sa UNTV, si Seanco, who plays for a different team. I just forgot.
Talagang kondisyon to mga players ng Chiang Kai-shek, no?
And Chiang Kai-shek is really a very prominent basketball school. Sevilla, no look sa pass. Medyo behind yung kanyang pasa doon.
A bit too much sauce on that play para kay Boss GK.
Yeah, more than halfway through the 4th quarter. Limon, left-handed floater will drop para sa kanya.
A bit unorthodox on the shot para kay Limon, but nonetheless still effective for the deuce.
O kasi kanan siya sumut ng jump shot eh, no? Pero kaliwa yung floater. May iba talagang player na ganyan eh. James Chu continuing to show the touch from the outside. Sabi niya, this time, it's my show.
That puts him up to double digits para kay Chu with 10 points already.
And this is what's impressive with Chiang Kai-shek. 30 assists as against the 19 of Westminster. 30 assists on 31 made field goals. And Chu with a chance to make it 32 made field goals para sa Chiang Kai-shek. It's easy pickings para sa kanya against the much smaller Cabral who was trying to defend him.
And really easy to find the open man, especially na magkaibigan sila itong Chiang Kai-shek team, no? Yung samahan daw nila maganda eh, nabanggit nila.
Mukha naman, it's always a festive atmosphere whenever they have a timeout, especially kanina nung mga tira ni Paul Ryan Tan. This is our fast break of the game brought to you by BYD Motors. Some substitutions here para sa Westminster. Babalik dito si Baidit. Upo muna si Ignacio. Under 4 minutes to play in this game. Remember, after this, we still have St. Stephen's going up against TSA, Yonsei Academy. Another fast break opportunity para sa Chiang Kai-shek. Chan lost the ball on the power dribble. Bodies diving for the ball. It ends up with the guys in red. Paul Hokson. Then have a jumper available. Hindi niya pipilitin. Sees a cutter. And that's 2 points para kay Alvin Chua.
Bullet feed para kay Hokson, finding the cutter underneath.
Sorry, that was Naval who scored there para sa Westminster. 90-53. A chance for Chiang Kai-shek to reach the century mark in this game. Only scored 73 sa kanilang huling laro. That was their first win of the season after losing their season opener to St. Stephen's, who will see action just as I mentioned. We'd like to Cantigo elevate the game with Cantigo Sport. Boss Joel. At may foul na ibibigay dito ang Chiang Kai-shek to make way for Paul Ryan Tan to check back into the game for possibly the last 2 minutes and 26 of this one.
Gonna try to let Paul Ryan Tan get more from the outside. Sweet shooter for Chiang Kai-shek.
Well, he will stake his immaculate record from the outside in these last 2 minutes and 26 seconds of this game. Free throws for both teams have definitely not been desirable sa laro na to. 1 for 2 para kay Baitid.
And if you want to talk some of the negatives para sa Chiang Kai-shek, it's really been the free throw shooting. Even in their last game, like I mentioned, 19 out of 37 from the line. This time around, they're also struggling ngayon from the free throw line. Actually at 59%. A bit improved, but still not the best.
Chu doesn't use the tan screen. Gets by his defender. Easy deuce once again para kay James Chu.
Blow by para kay James Chu, and no defensive resistance whatsoever underneath.
Joel Yap, runner in the lane. Well, if only Westminster did have a big man, maybe 1 or 2 big men, somebody to protect the basket, somebody to get those rebounds to help ignite their fast break, it would have been a much easier job for them against Chiang Kai-shek. Yap, one of the more capable scorers para sa kanila. They try to keep them in the game early sa laro na to. Kaya lang talaga, there was just too much to handle against this Chiang Kai-shek team.
Tama, Javi, no? Parang itong Westminster, their team mostly composed of players from the 1 to 3 positions. Pero
Yes.
yung 4 and 5, doon talaga sila kinukulang eh.
I wonder if meron pang Westminster alumni in his 40s na nagtatago lang at hindi pa naglalaro dito para sa kanila.
I don't know if you can hear this call. Westminster needs you
Yes.
right now.
Make yourself known. Your presence is desperately needed. They're gonna go down to 0 and 3, while Chiang Kai-shek will improve to 2 and 1, winning their 2nd straight game of this early season para dito sa ating Fil-Chi Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. Paul Ryan Tan is our guest at the free throw line.
And putting himself up to double digits, but Paul Ryan Tan missing on the 2nd free throw.
Minsan nakakapagtaka rin yung mga shooters from the outside na nagmiminti sa free throw line.
Iba rin no, yung free throw from the 3-point shot, Javi.
Iba rin talaga siya. Para sa akin niya, mas mahirap yung free throws.
Ayun, no? Mas gusto mo pala malayuan eh.
Minsan lang.
And Hawkson actually having played 37 minutes. Could you imagine, Javi?
He's been trying to do it all. Scoring, passing, even rebounding sometimes. Wala yan galing sa labas. Yi couldn't pick it up. And that's gonna be a foul. Stopping the play there. 52.6 seconds left. Even if the margin has been so large already during the 3rd quarter, until now, Chiang Kai-shek has played like the game has been close.
And still a chance para sa Chiang Kai-shek to get to the 100 mark. Could they do it here?
O siguro mga 2 possessions pa ito para sa kanila. Let's see. Yap, in and out on the 2nd free throw. 0 out of 2 on that trip to the line. Chances. May tumapik. Naval, tinamaan pa siya ng bola. I don't know if it was intentional. At buti na lang walang itinawag ang ating mga referees ng mga technical fouls because we're about to end this game and the outcome has practically been decided already. Chan had himself stripped. Naval gets it off the glass. James Chu trying to see if he can add to his total, but instead goes to Paul Ryan Tan. Tan this time goes inside. Yun pa ang kanyang minintis kung ano pa yung malapit.
And Tan trying to get the deuce inside, showing them he's not just a shooter.
Okson could not get the basket, but Chua able to save the day. It looks like Chiang Kai-shek will just dribble away the clock here. Oh, they're going to go for the shot. Joel Yap gets the 2 points. And that's going to do it. Westminster dropping their third straight game of this season, while Chiang Kai-shek gets their second straight victory after losing their first game of the year.
What a performance from Chiang Kai-shek in that third quarter. Paul Ryan Tan, Sean Ko, Boss GK Sevilla really showing up and doing the damage. Taking a look at the fourth quarter highlights, a three-pointer from that left side. James Chu as well was deadly from the outside. This time around, Limon trying to answer back, but it was just too much para sa Chiang Kai-shek. Yap naman going down the lane with the floater, and then this time around, Chu goes for the blow-by. Easy score on the inside. And it was all Chiang Kai-shek in that second half, resulting in this big win.
James Chu was one of 4 players in double figures para sa Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill. Of course, the other guys were Boss GK Sevilla and Paul Ryan Tan, who was able to get to 11 points with 3 3-point shots. But it was an easy pick for player of the game. And of course, it was none other than Sean Ko.
Sean Ko, a big-time performance, really came to life in that one quarter, scoring everything, making everything, and then Paul Ryan Tan, usually the recipient of the pass, gives it over to Sean Ko, draining the triple from that opposite corner.
And he is our best player of the game, brought to you by Triangle Tires for Life. 28 points, couple of rebounds, couple of assists in only 16 minutes and 59 seconds of gameplay. So just to say it, under 17 minutes on the floor for the former Mapua Cardinal. Our game recap right there on your screens. It was a total dominant performance by the Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill squad.
Yeah, checking out the field goal percentage, shooting at almost 50% para sa Chiang Kai-shek. Meanwhile, only 34% from the field para sa Westminster. It was really the shooting, the hot shooting of Chiang Kai-shek that gave them the victory today.
And once again, Chiang Kai-shek Big Chill coming on to their second straight victory. Up next, we have St. Stephen's SCAG going up against Chongshe Academy dito pa rin sa Tanduay Gym in Manila City. Tune in, more action will come to you dito sa Fil-Chi Association Basketball Tournament.